Hello, Pisces. I am Nicole Ortswich, and welcome to or back to my channel. I haven't done readings much lately. I've been having a lot of issues with loading, and I get aggravated and I stop or I don't load them all. So anyway, I'm doing these readings for witches for Halloween. So the reading is for now up until Halloween, and Halloween may be like a situation, like something you need to do that day, usually magic. And I can tell you all the things the signs have been dealing with, but I'm going to skip over that. You will see it in your reading, I'm sure. So I'm trying not to make this too long, but my sun sign is Pisces, so I'm excited to see what this reading is about. And my best friends is too. Our birthdays are 2 or 3 days apart. I'm tired. This is the 12th reading, the 9th today. So I will tell you the deck that I'm working with. It's Seasons of the Witch. It's like the Halloween one, and it's their first one. I think it came out in about this time last year, and their new one just came out. I haven't got it yet. I don't know, I'm weird. I get a bunch of decks at once, then I don't get any at all. Will you do me a favor before we get any further in this? Can you subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and hit the notification bell, because I have over 160 videos before these, because I haven't got any of them to load yet. I don't know what's going on. But, so I have so many different categories. If you're looking for something, I probably have it. And if you haven't found it yet, it's because I haven't done it yet. So, I'm excited to do this. Check out my shirts. I got it at Walmart. It's a tarot shirt. But I haven't seen any more. I haven't had it long, though. And then I got my nails done for spooky season. And, oh, I haven't been showing anybody this. So, I don't know if you guys are noticing, this is a really cool ring. It's my new wedding ring. It's black obsidian, real diamonds, and it has spider webs on the sides and inside. It is the Nightmare Before Christmas collection. I got a good deal on it too at Kay's. And then I got this new moon face ring, thanks to Curiosities, or they're called something else now. But anyway, so yeah, let's do this because I've already spoke too much. Okay, so Pisces can be your anywhere in your important placements in your chart: sun, moon, rising, north node, or Venus. It's my sun. So it doesn't mean that this reading is going to be exactly for you. We already got 2 cards. Anyway, it's not meant for everyone, but I would say, since you are a witch, if you came here, you may not be, but witches are going through a lot of similar things, so I would say that we would be going through similar things witchy-wise, maybe not other things. But anyway, we got Witch, which is 43, which breaks down to a 7, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you the name of the card, the number, what it breaks down to, and the message. And then after the reading, I'm going to give you the full message, and then we have stuff in the book that's a little different than the cards. So once we get the hang of this deck, I don't know if I'm going to be doing readings in it again, because I mean, it is a Halloween one. But anyway, I won't really have to read from it anymore because I'll have it memorized. But anyway, so grab hold, allow the dwelling fire within belly, awaken all that is. A mere glimpse, a delicate pull at the very roots, living in the alchemy of self. And I've been forgetting to tell people, I have decided, since we got to 100 subscribers, which I know is not a lot in almost a year, but I'm appreciative for it. So every 50, I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. And so it'd be unfortunate for me if I do get to 1,000 within that time frame, which is like a few weeks, but be fortunate for you guys. So the giveaway will be like tarot decks, oracle decks, you know, crystals and other things. Like, it's not, because I do have in the Life of a Witch series, I probably do have some beginner witches and stuff, so we'll just do all kinds of different things, you know, as a giveaway. I'll let you guys decide. But, I mean, it just depends, like, if we get to that by then. So, and the other card is Silence. It's 36, which breaks down to 9. And there's a sweet embrace in the nothingness, stillness brings a presence of self fully embodied. Okay, so silence, obvious, is silence. It's usually about needing to just stay still, not do anything. Sometimes we need to do that. All right, Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. So Pisces gets left for last because, unfortunately, because then we're usually too tired to give like a full reading. But the great thing is we are so strong. We are so strong and so gifted. And we have all the signs within us. There's a lot of things I can say about Pisces. Pisces, I feel like there's so much we can do with our lives if we can just get our stuff together, you know. We are sleepers. I will say that I haven't met one that don't like to sleep. You know what's funny is it's my sun sign, but I know all the negatives about Pisces. Because not all of them are like that, but there's so many that have a lot of similarities. It just depends on the rest of the chart as well. Okay, we got altar. I know. I'm in the process of trying to build an altar. Okay. It's 2, and it's a sacred devotion, a worship, skin deep rising from the ash, the waters you keep. So, did you guys really get to see it? Sorry. It's a new phone. Other one wasn't loading, so I was like, well, I'll try to do it with this one, and it's not on this one either, but I'm just going to keep using it. So if I do get messages, it comes on my watch. My mother-in-law got it for me. Thank you. And the phone, actually. And we appreciate it. We really do. I got so used to my iPhone, though. Then I went back to Galaxy. And even though it's supposed to be 5G, like, I'm struggling with this phone, you guys. Like, it takes forever for it to do things. I can't even type stuff. Like, oh my gosh. We're having so many issues. Like, I've been getting my mother-in-law's texts and calls, and then she started getting my texts. Only to my husband. We're all 3 on the same account, so hopefully what we did yesterday will work. Any more messages for Pisces? That'd be a yes. Ah, stinking nails. Okay, well, you can take a bathroom break while I'm trying to get this card. I do not try to edit my tarot readings, whatever, because because I want it to be authentic. I don't want it to look like I forced a reading. Oh gosh, I'm way too, almost 8 minutes. Spider, it's 37, which breaks down to a 10 or a 1, which is beginnings and endings. So, what a wild web we weave, dear child, a delicious mystery untamed. We've been getting this card a lot. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'll read it to you. Any more messages for Pisces? I only used this deck a few times before I started doing readings yesterday. So I'm not familiar with it yet, but I seem to be getting familiar pretty quick. Ah, I almost caught it before. Transformation. Ugh. I didn't want to get this one. I've already been seeing this one. It's 39, which breaks down to a 12, which breaks down to a 3. Like 1,000 storms held in hands, soft against the winds, there's change arising from deep within. This one is tough. It's like the Tower card. It's growing pains, basically. Like, you're changing, and it's for the better, but it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. I'm hoping that it's stuff that I just went through, that we all just went through, that we're not gonna be going through anymore. What we went through is now the ending, and we just need to sit still for a minute and wait for our new door to open. I just threw 3 cards. Okay. Seduction. This wouldn't apply to me. Haunted and broom. I know it's the seduction card means. Okay, so it is a 35, which breaks down to 8. And hear the roaring flames with a masterful trance that calls upon heaving chest. Give into its alluring grip, if you please, but heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. It talks about temptations, but to know there are consequences. And you can learn life lessons without having to hurt anyone or mess anything up. Basically like cheating and stuff, you know? Or going in debt because you wanted all these nice things. You can learn lessons without going through all that stuff. Haunted is 21, which breaks down to a 3. The breaking of the floor beneath your naked feet. The creaking of the walls as the cold kisses flesh. You're never really alone when in the company of hauntings within bone. Now, we have been dealing with this stuff, so. And broom, it's 8. It's about, literally about like a witch's broom. It's about cleansing your home and your aura. What dreams may come from what you seek. Make room, make way, a clearing need be. So these cards I've really gotten the hang of. The spider one, it's like I know it talks about a web you weave, and I think it's about your spell work. I know that I'm trying to expand my types of magic, and I wanted my husband to do these with me because I've never done. I'm just gonna go out and say this: you guys are witches too. So, I've never done blood or sex magic. And, of course, if I'm doing sex magic, I'm going to do it with my husband. Not by myself or with anyone else. And I'm going to say something that is personal. But I had someone come to me online that I thought I knew. But I didn't, because it wasn't even the same gender. Like, this person was fake. Like a catfisher. And they said they could help me with something. I'm like, so what are you wanting? They're like, we could both do the magic together. Like, we need each other to do the magic. I'm like, okay, what are you trying to say? So this person's like, sex magic. And I'm like, what? They're like, basically I would have to watch them. And they could tell me how to do it. And I'm like, it's female, right? It was so totally weird to me. And I was talking to my husband about it. I'm like, I guess. Like, I do need to know how to do this stuff. And then come to find out it was a male. Yeah. Yeah, that was totally weird and odd. And no. It was going to be weird enough with a girl, but it's something I needed to learn, you know? So, now you know something really weird about me. And I wasn't even sure I was going to do it, you guys. Like, I was totally weirded out about it. I do want you to know that. And I was like, I cannot. I can't do that for you, though. Like, I am way more, I'm not the person I used to be. Like, I think as I get older, I'm like, my body should be covered. Ooh, you guys. Wow. Whoa, these were all in another reading, and I know these were not together. Because it wasn't even a recent reading. We got Frog, which is 17, which breaks down to an 8. May the lily beneath your breast allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the droning croaks. I've been feeling that I'm supposed to stay stuck for a minute. I told my husband that. That's what I call it, being stuck. Graveyard, 18, breaks down to 9. There's a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end and acknowledging the crossroads of eternity. It was not what I thought. It's about endings and new beginnings. I can't remember exactly for frogs, so give me a second. Divination, 14, which breaks down to 5. Take a breath, take it twice. Insightful reflections are guided by light. It's because I want to work more on my readings, I know. I'm sorry, this reading's for you too. But, I mean, if you haven't, I'm telling you on my side as I'm pulling these out. And then I will give you the whole reading. But I want to expand, you know? I really do. And I'm having a hard time with pendulums lately. Like, what the crap, man? It's like, I guess whatever's in here is blocking the real messages. And they're giving me crap. So, yes. Divination. You are to be doing some type. You will learn what type is meant for you. And elders, 15, which breaks down to 6. Birth from seed within the belly of the moon. They are the wise felt touches of our hearts and felt deep within the marrow of our spirit. So you need to turn to your elders and get knowledge, key knowledge. And a lot of times it goes, oh, no, I got this card yet. A lot of times it goes with ancestors, because you need to go to your elders, like your family members, older family members, and talk to them. And then they will usually tell you stuff about your ancestors, because you need to work with them. But we have not got the ancestors card. But I know I have been feeling like there's something I need to know, and I don't know, I feel lost. Like, I don't have anyone to turn to for knowledge. I don't know. I hate that feeling. But yes, you can, especially if your family, you have other people in your family that are witches or have gifts. Wow, this is a big reading. We got apples, 4. To taste one must swallow it whole, and beneath the satin flame hides drowning waters. We keep getting waters, and we are a water sign. So, rooted. Okay. So, rooted to me and the elders can go together if, you know, and being family members, you know, the family tree. But rooted is about grounding yourself. Okay. It's 34, breaks down to 7. May you never tear the living ritual. I think it is tear. The living ritual that is magic merged within the roots of your being, the soul of your soul. And then we got crystals and herbs. And I am a kitchen witch. This is what I work with. And it tells you, basically, that's what you're going to be working with. You know? Crystals and herbs, 12, which breaks down to 3. Oh, what medicine, what sacredness to behold. A dash of healing straight from mother's home. So, you could be into healing, or you could be like a nature witch, a kitchen witch. I think that's what you're going to be working with. If you know anything about me, you know that in the darkness back there is thousands of crystals. And over there and there and there and in another room. Like, any more messages for dear Pisces? And then we'll put this whole spread together, I guess you would say. We're already quite far. I don't like to get 12 minutes past where we're at now. And we're almost 18. Any more messages? But we want the full message, no matter how much time has passed. Okay, one more. Okay, so we're going to turn to apples. We haven't seen this one yet. Turn to apples. Okay, we got to ancestors. I turned right to ancestors, the very first one. And that is about protection and guidance. And we did not get that card. But I have the feeling that I know I need to work with my ancestors. And the altar was over here and stuff. So I'm just going to tell you, I think that applies to some of you. Ancestral work with the other cards that were pulled. And it says here too, I think it says if you pulled the other cards. Maybe not. Okay, what was 4, right? Okay, I'll give you the keywords first, okay? Deception, mistrust, and rotten. Okay, there are rotten people in the world who will take advantage of those who trust without pause, especially us. They come bearing gifts to gain your trust. Their faces are in all shapes, sizes, and colors. These people always get their due, one way or another. When an apple appears in your spread, it is a warning to pause before making any decisions about someone or a situation. You do not, and it does tell us to be still, like in silence and stuff. So we need to think about something before we do anything. And I've been getting pretty good at that. It takes a lot of patience, age, and time. And if you don't know, I'm almost 37. So You do not have all the facts yet, and there could be danger for you now. Betrayal and deception are likely, so be vigilant. You must read carefully until everything comes to light. Tread. But I saw red. Read. So, it has something to do with reading. Huh. Oh, maybe readings. It's something you need to read, or readings. Especially true if you have also pulled the seduction card, and you guys, we did. Someone may be taking advantage of you or setting you up for failure. Great. That's the story of our lives, right? Okay, so I already told you what seduction meant. And we got the other card. And there's apples. And you know what crystals and herbs are. We'll read that one again. I told you roots, elders, divination, broom, transformation. And we're going to read the rest of them, okay? Let's start with altar, which is 2. I pulled it. Ancestors again. I keep going to that one. Devotion, worship, and individuality. Each altar you create is a beautiful expression of who you are. It's where you hold your connection to something in spirit that resonates with your inner self. Some things naturally belong on an altar, such as ritual candles, crystals, herbs. We got that card. And I can't ever say this word. Athame. I think it's how you say it. It's a knife used in rituals. It's not sharp. It's just supposed to be symbolic. Where's that? Or a chalice. Personal items are welcome too. There is no right or wrong item to put on your altar as long as it holds special meaning to you. If you've pulled this card, it's because your guides are thrilled to see you making an effort. There needs to be an intention of worshiping in space so that you can harness your energy without disruption. Either a physical space, such as an altar, or a metaphysical space, like opening your heart. It is even better to have both, where you can come back to your true self. Know that you have a power deep within that needs a place to land. Your guides need a space to speak to you. They can reach you anywhere on the planet, and you can call on them at any time. I've always been told those are your ancestors. I mean, I speak to my guides openly, you know. But you guys may not be hearing from your guides yet, so maybe you need an altar to do that. I had to have a breakdown before my guides let it be known that what I was hearing was not just really smart thoughts. It was them. Okay, the worshiping at your altar gives you an open invitation. They know they are welcome and that you are ready to receive their gifts and messages in your sacred place. I didn't read it all, so I'm looking to see if it says anything about... No, I don't. Okay, so we did that part. Now we're going on to Frog and Graveyard. They're back to back. Transformation and Serenity for Frog. Oh yeah, which we already know we're gonna go through a transformation. When frog comes croaking, know that you are transforming or the process of... Oh yeah, this is the... Okay, earlier when I was saying, I'm sorry, in the last reading I told them at the beginning, I was like, okay, it's transformation. This one's about, you know, it's gonna be easy, blah blah. No, the frog one is. It's about a transformation that's going to be easy. But you guys, we also got transformation, so it just proves we're gonna go through a transformation. But maybe it's already been hard and it's going to get easier. It's supposed to be, okay, so the frog one is supposed to be like, you won't even notice it. It's going to happen, like say, I didn't even notice the changes were happening, you know, and I didn't. And then so much time had passed, I'm like, whoa, I'm a different person now. Like, I didn't even notice it. Like, it just happened. I was lucky that it wasn't, like, growing pains and stuff. But we also got the transformation card. So, I'm thinking that it's going to get easier. It's been rough, and it's going to get easier. Okay. Now, Graveyard. Peace and acknowledgement. There are those who fear the graveyard, for it has long been the home of wandering spirits who cannot find peace. Those who have not transitioned to eternity. Forced to live a half-life. Transformation, transition. Oh, those are two different. Sorry. Forced to live a half-life, neither dead nor alive. Souls who are faced with taking responsibility for a life not lived to the full. Focused on things that didn't matter and holding on to resentment. The graveyard card will help you find peace with where you are. There are times when we will be faced with difficult situations that are beyond our control. Those are the times that we must surrender to our current place. There's no use in fighting a battle you've already lost. Take control over the things you can change yourself. The situation you're inquiring about is no longer in your hands. The powers that have taken over. Often we are faced with a challenging ending that is necessary to facilitate a bright new beginning. So this one wasn't just about endings. It was about not trying to hold on to that. Like letting it go. Let that go. It's meant to go. I'm going to read the beginning of it. I know we're almost 26 minutes in. Many see a graveyard as a symbol of mortality. It collects the tears of mourners whose loved ones have been laid to rest. And stillness is an ominous, there's a stillness again, song that creeps up the spine, leaving us to ponder who death will come for next. But a graveyard is a place of serenity. We keep seeing this. And anyway. Where souls can find peace and stillness beyond the harsh realities of living. There is no longer the need to struggle against what it is. It is a place of surrender. We need to surrender, just let things be, okay? We need to stop trying to control the situation. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the last 3 cards. This is going to be the longest one, and I had a feeling it would be. Because I'm going to have insight on things, you know, because it's my sign too. I just saw grief. Atonement and company for haunted. Okay, so the definition of a poltergeist is an unknown spirit that causes disturbance, such as loud noise or moving furniture. In fact, the word poltergeist in German, it means noisy spirit. Originally, poltergeists were thought to be demons who played tricks, focusing their attention on one specific person. However, theories surrounding the origins of poltergeist disturbances have changed. Many believe poltergeists to be a manifestation of individuals' troubled psyche, as disturbances generally focus on one person. This person is usually in some kind of pain or trauma, either from things done to them or things they've done to others, and they've got that guilt, you know. Okay, so the poltergeist becomes a physical representation of the pain that has been locked away and left to fester. Eventually, the pain becomes too much for the person to hold, and a poltergeist is born, bringing with it a terrifying display of what was hidden. You have pulled the haunted card because there is something that you must atone for. You've locked something away, choosing to ignore it rather than own up to your mistake. This can be something you have done to someone else, but also something you feel you've done to yourself. Perhaps a choice you'd like to forget, or even a trauma that you've never dealt with. Whatever your situation, know that your hauntings will continue until you are ready to face the monster your pain has created. And I feel like this is something I know someone's going through, even though they don't have this in their chart that I'm aware of. It's especially true if you've also pulled the cards Greet the Darkness or Ghost. Maybe that's telling us that either something you did, or someone else. I mean, it's not always about you. It could be someone else around you. And especially if you're really close, or even twin flames. Like, you can get their stuff. Oh, and some people, like, depending on their sign, like I think it was Libra. Like, if you do something to them because of them being Librans, then, like, say you want them to go broke or something. You're going to go broke, too. Whatever you put on them is, like, it's kind of like that. Okay. Silence. Silence. That was from, what was that? It's a comedian. He's got the little dolls. It's the dead guy, you know? Anyway, it's like the bones guy. Okay. Silence, stillness, or nothingness, presence. There's a presence in the silence. There's space to fill it with the sound of your voice and the beat of your heart. There is a space where all of creation, and I've been needing silence. I've been needing it. I need it. I need it like I need air and food. So, you could be too. where all of creation is free to roam wild. Stillness is the presence of nothing and the potential for everything. A witch knows she must take time to find stillness. It is within nothingness that creation is born. One must be still to hear. One must be still to receive the subtle messages left for us to find. Spirit needs your attention for a few moments to guide you on your path. Other readers, I don't see them, like if it's their sign, they don't talk about what they're going through, you know? But I'm doing that so you guys know, like, I don't know, so that I'm just being more open. And does that make sense? Like, I'm not going to hide it from you. There's no reason to. And so you can understand, like, what I am going through, what I've already been through. And, like, so not everything is meant for me. And it may be the same for you, you know, or the opposite, or whatever. A witch knows she must take time to find the stills. One must be still to hear. One must be still to receive. Where am I at? This card is a reminder to spend time each day to clear your mind. The answer to your questions will come when you stop searching, allowing the solution to be presented to you. And that's what I've been trying to do for a little while now. I really have. That's been my thing. Oh, if the universe tells me to do something, I just do it without question. Some people don't understand. They want ask all these questions, like, please just trust me. Let me do this so it works out right. And then, of course, they don't, because you didn't give them all the answers they wanted, or it didn't make sense. And then guess what? Things didn't go the way they were supposed to. There is no need to rush in this situation. Even if you think you must, remove your expectations of the situation you are inquiring about. Give this up to the silence, the nothingness. Spirit will take your query and answer when the time is right. And the last card is 43. You would think, oh, well, which is pretty obvious. No. Wisdom and alchemy. You are the center of this card. Your energy, your strength, your wisdom. A witch taps into the healing powers of the earth and the wisdom of the powers that be, as well as the energy within us all. Okay, I'm going to go down a little bit. Witch uses her potions and spells to give healing and hope to all who seek her guidance, using her gifts for the good of all, to heal and nourish. I'm so glad that nausea went away. Sometimes it's because you're giving a bad message to someone. I used to do that when I first started out with, I guess, being a psychic or whatever. And then I stopped doing it. And it's been, it's these readings. Sometimes it still happens. Okay. But only the readings, not just messages I get. I don't do that anymore. Sorry, I wanted to make that clear. It's because it's someone else's energy and I need to cleanse the area and stuff. Okay, if you're finding your path to magic, this card is confirmation you should continue to explore your craft. If you're an experienced witch, know that it's time to dig even deeper, perhaps to step up as a priestess and start your own coven. Did you hear that, witches? This message is even stronger if you have pulled the healer card and we didn't. So anyway, that is the reading. I hope you understood it all and you understand there's a lot going on in our lives. A lot of great things coming. Great changes. We need to stay still right now, you guys. And I hope you figured out something that you're going to do for Halloween now. And until next time, it's almost 33:33. Stay witchy. Ha 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 ha.